Hi, and welcome to the lecture on capitalization. What is capitalization? It is the writing or printing in capital letters or with an initial capital letter. There are several rules with capitalization, and the first most of you would be familiar with. The beginning of every sentence requires that the first letter of the first word in each sentence be capitalized. Example: cats and dogs are my favorite pets. In the word cats, the letter C is capitalized to show us it's the beginning of a new sentence. Using the first person pronoun I, the letter I is always capitalized. And with proper nouns, names, places, titles, Drew Brees is an example, capital D, capital B, New Orleans Saints, capital N, capital O, capital S. With titles and locations, when we talk about specific locations, those letters are also capitalized. For example, Audubon Zoo, capital A, capital Z, and areas such as the South, capital S for South. Example sentences: I moved from the South last year. In this sentence, you'll notice that the word South is being referred to as a region, so South has a capital S. However, if you're using the word South for directions, you don't need to capitalize it. So drive south until you reach my house. In that sentence, South is not capitalized. You capitalize attributive words when they precede place names. So for example, Lakes Maurepas and Pontchartrain, you would capitalize the letter L in Lakes, as well as the M and the P in Maurepas and Pontchartrain. However, if you're talking about Pontchartrain Lake, only the P in Pontchartrain would be capitalized, not the L in Lake. Publications and events also use capitalization rules. So for example, days of the week, months, holidays, Monday, January, Mardi Gras, the letters in those words are capitalized. Capital M for Monday, capital J for January, capital M and G for Mardi Gras. Names of newspapers or journals use capitalization rules. So for example, Times-Picayune, capital T, capital P, and as well as historical events. The Civil War, capital C and capital W. There are other rules such as capitalization for brand names. Nike, Adidas, those are capitalized. And your courses in college, Biology 101, the capital B for biology. Races, nationalities, and languages also utilize capitalization. So for example, I in Irish, the A's in African American, the S in Spanish. There are exceptions. Names of relationships, when they are a substitute for a person's name, are capitalized. So for example, I use the word aunt twice in this sentence. My favorite aunt is Aunt Lisa. In this sentence, the second word aunt for Aunt Lisa would be capitalized. The first aunt is not. That's a common noun. The second one would be a proper noun, Aunt Lisa. I need to call mother today. In this sentence, the word mother is being used as a substitute for her name, and therefore it will be capitalized. Versus, I love my mother very much. That sentence utilizes the word mother as a common noun. And now we talk about the capitalization don'ts. Don't use all caps. Don't use all caps. The use of all caps is unnecessary, and although it's accepted as a standard within e-communications, text messaging, emails, don't do it with standard writing. You don't need all caps to emphasize anything. And this is the end of our lecture on capitalization. And this is the end of the lecture on capitalization.